I was listening to a podcast some weeks ago hosted by Dr. Peter Attier, who featured guest speaker Dr. Rhonda Patrick of Found My Fitness. And I learned something very, very powerful. Yes, to me, very powerful. I learned that going to the sauna often can be a good alternative to working out. Wow. Say what? Yes. Now, if you already knew this, kudos to you. You are way ahead of your time. Yes, seriously, you are ahead of your time. You put your ears to the ground, you hear things. Good, kudos to you. However, if this is your first time hearing this, then don't go anywhere. Stick around, because in this video, I will show you the numerous studies that have been conducted to support these findings. Now, according to a review study by Laukkanen et al. I don't know if I'm getting that right, but hopefully, sauna bathing, which has been an activity in Finland for thousands of years, was mainly used for the purposes of pleasure and relaxation until recently. Emerging evidence suggests that beyond its use for pleasure, sauna bathing may be linked to several health benefits, yes, which include reduction in the risk of vascular diseases such as high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, and neurocognitive diseases, non-vascular conditions such as pulmonary diseases, mortality, as well as improving conditions such as arthritis, headache, and flu. The beneficial effects of sauna bathing on these outcomes have been linked to its effect on circulatory and immune functions, including cardiovascular functions. It has been postulated that regular sauna bathing may improve cardiovascular functions via improved endothelium-dependent dilatation, reduced arterial stiffness, modulation of the autonomic nervous system, beneficial changes in circulating lipid proteins, lowering systemic blood pressure. Whew, so many benefits. So many benefits. Now, did you know that frequent use of saunas up to 4 to 7 times a week will give you the same benefits as physical exercise? Yes. This is interesting and could be something most of us have been praying for. Or is it? Well, going back to the beginning, the very beginning, there is established evidence already from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention that cardiovascular disease is the leading cause of death in the United States among both men and women, accounting for 1 in every 4 deaths annually. Yes, 1 in every 4 deaths annually. Several studies have also shown that high-stress occupations like military personnel, firefighters, police officers, and so many others have an elevated risk for the development of cardiometabolic diseases such as atherosclerosis, obesity, heart disease, and sudden cardiac death due to the multiple stressors encountered within their occupation. So, additionally, chronic exposure to stressors such as heat and smoke, elevated inflammation and oxidative stress levels, intense physical exertion, psychological stress, irregular sleep patterns can further elevate the risk for developing cardiometabolic diseases. Collectively, the data from these studies reveal that individuals serving in these high-stress occupations could benefit from exercise or nutrition intervention, but due to poor adherence to nutrition and exercise programs, yes, we all know it is often not the case. So they suggested alternative and practical interventions to mitigate cardiometabolic diseases in these individuals. And one of the alternative interventions is sauna bathing. Yes. There are 2 types of saunas, wet and dry, depending on the temperature and percentage humidity. So, sauna bathing, yes, can replace exercise. So, Laukkanen et al., after a 15-year follow-up study, observed a relationship between sauna use frequency and cardiovascular mortality rates. So the findings showed that the more the participants use the sauna in a week, the lower the cardiovascular mortality rate. So studies have equally shown that following a single session, sauna bathing has been shown to acutely decrease blood pressure compared to pre-sauna measures. So just one session of sauna even costs the blood pressure to decrease, when compared to the pre-sauna. So how does this sauna work in our bodies? The sauna works by acutely exposing the body to heat, which produces a mild state of hypothermia and elevation of body temperature, resulting in the redistribution of blood towards the skin to promote sweating. So that is why we sweat profusely in the sauna when we go in there. So as we sweat, some metabolic waste byproducts like carbon dioxide and sodium, as well as water, are excreted in increased amounts, and this causes a temporary rise in ventilation, blood pressure, heart rate, and systemic cardiac output to compensate for the body's increased need for oxygen. So according to Kettle Heart and Kettle Heart, these physiological responses produced by the use of a sauna are described as an exercise mimetic. That is, responses that are similar to those of moderate to vigorous intensity workout. And this has led to the implementation of sauna bathing as an alternative therapy to exercise for individuals, especially who are too impaired to regularly move. So, look for references in the description. Laukkanen et al. In their 2015 publication in the Journal of the American Medical Association reported that from a large European prospective study they conducted, that men who attended a sauna bathing session 2 to 3 times per week reduced their cardiovascular mortality rate by approximately 30%, and men who attended a sauna session 4 or more times per week reduced their risk by approximately 50%. Similarly, Zaccardi et al. Observed that men who attended a sauna bathing session 2 to 3 times per week reduced their risk for hypertension by approximately 25%, and men who attended a sauna session 4 or more times per week reduced their risk by approximately 45%. So very, very similar, results. This graph will show you the relationship between the frequent use of the sauna and the health benefits that can be achieved. The health benefits achieved jumps significantly when you use sauna 4 days in a week. And this other graph here, this other graph here shows the relationship between the time spent in a sauna and health benefits you can expect. And so, it shows there is a direct correlation between the two. However, the health benefits from a sauna begin to increase significantly more after spending about 19 minutes or more in a sauna. So, in other words, people who use the sauna 4 to 7 times a week for about 19 minutes or more at about 174 degrees Fahrenheit, that's another, something else in Celsius, during each stay are 50% less likely to die of cardiovascular disease-related death. So why those who sit in the sauna for 11 minutes or so, are 8% less likely to die from cardiovascular disease-related death? So let's bring it all together. Let's bring all this information together for individuals interested in implementing sauna bathing into their daily routine. Observational data suggests sessions initially lasting at least 10 minutes that should be prolonged to about 15 minutes 2 to 3 times a week to induce the process of acclimation and begin seeing benefits such as a reduced risk of sudden cardiac death, lowered blood pressure, and a resting heart rate. So following 6-7 sauna bathing sessions, the duration of each session can increase in increments of 5 minutes each 2 to 3 days until a time frame of 45 minutes is reached. The research shows no meaningful health benefits beyond this duration. So now there are some concerns that should be addressed with the regular use of the sauna, in both men and women. But this is something to be discussed in another video because, it will take another video to discuss it. But one thing I will tell you is to do your own research and consult your primary care physician before you venture into this sauna bathing. Yes, you should always consult with your primary care physician before you go into things like this, especially if you've not done this before. For me, after I heard the podcast, I did a quick research and I started implementing right away. Now, when I bring my kids to our local swimming pool for swim lessons, I go into our sauna room. We have that already for some sauna bathing. So instead of just sitting around watching or scrolling my phone, catching up on my email, I just walk into now. At this point now, I am doing 2 days a week and for about 20 or more minutes each session. So that's something. My goal is to get to 4 days a week. Finally, sauna bathing is widely accepted as safe and has emerged as a viable intervention for improving the overall health of those who work in high-stress environments. The physiological benefits that sauna bathing offers are observable at the cellular level and in the whole organism as a whole. And these benefits can be felt after just one sauna bathing session. So now that's it for today. Sauna bathing, if you did not get any other thing, sauna bathing is good. It's got a lot of benefits. We already know it removes toxins, from our bodies and all that through sweating. That's the basic that we know. I knew that before, but the fact that it will significantly reduce your risk for metabolic or cardiovascular disease death really took me, by surprise. And right now I am doing sauna, But one thing you should know too, and that's part of why you should visit your the primary care physician. As you're sweating, you're losing water, you're losing electrolytes. So don't forget to go in with your water bottle, yes. Or if you forget, I do forget sometimes, you make sure you replenish water. And not just water, you may need to replenish some electrolytes as well. So consult with your doctor and find out what is best for you. Until next time, be kind to yourself and live life to the fullest. But don't forget to check out this other video here for best antioxidant foods. Yes, we need antioxidants. We know how well that works. So watch this video here to make sure you know the foods that you should be eating to get all that. Until next time, be kind to yourself and take care. Bye.